This is Life's a Pitch TV. Main sponsor, DPS Tech. Also supported by Lakens, all about hearing. GBS Builders, Seckford Golf Club, Ashford Wright, John Keeble Cars, Venue 60, The Hudson Group, Sound 4 Pro Audio, Come Hither Design, and Suffolk Sound. Charities this year: Cancer Support Suffolk, Forget Me Not Golf, and Combat to Coffee. Welcome to the DPS Tech Arena for this week's edition of Life's a Pitch TV. Anybody would think we stuffed Hull and shattered their home record. Anybody would think that, wouldn't they? Because we did. Welcome to the show. We've got a packed programme tonight. We've got a very, very special guest who's walking on cloud 9 at the moment after a certain World Cup qualification. That might just get a mention or two. But I'm your host, Mark Murphy. Let me introduce you to the rest of the team. Terry Butcher. Russell Osman. And in the Sound 4 Pro Audio production suite, I got it right this week. On technicals, Richard Garrett and John Parker. And Sarah Jane and back Leslie Dolphin as floor managers. Yes, she comes when she wants. She comes when she wants. Good to see you, capacity crowd in the Churchman stand, sponsored by John Keeble Cars. Give us a big cheer. And the North stand, sponsored by Ashford Wright. Hey, don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe to the channel. It makes all the difference. Doesn't cost you anything. You just get notifications, but it does help us keep the channel going. We need a special guest this week, and as I said, he's buzzing about his country reaching the World Cup finals. He's a proud Scot. It's George Burley! Microphone just over there, George, on the other side of the BT cushion. Grab that. We've got to start with this. Come on, how are you feeling that Scotland have made it to the World Cup finals?
Fantastic. Even better than going to Portman Road, I tell you. Yeah, absolutely great. It's unbelievable how, like Steve Clarke's done amazing. When you look at his record, think, well, you look at the squad, you think, not fantastic, not great, but they've really stuck together. And he's been doing that for a number of years. I think, that this is his third. In 2020 and then in 2024, now 26. So absolutely great. And I think there's a lot of Tartan Army people actually saving up now to go to America next year. So yeah, all credit to them. They deserved it, of course. And, we're really looking forward to it.
I think there's a lot of people, a lot of Scottish fans have saying to their wives, we've got a 2-week business meeting over in America. I think they've got that planned already.
That's very gracious of you, Bush. I thought you were going to start with a bit of sledging.
Well, no, I'll come on to that.
Okay.
I mean, it's like when you look at the team, and you say Craig Gordon in goal. I mean, what is he, 63 or something like that? I mean, but he's a hell of a keeper because you had him with Hearts.
Yeah, I mean, Craig, fantastic keeper, the best keeper I ever had. And when you look at his record, he, did well in Scotland, then came to England, and then they got to couple of teams and never quite made it. He never really there. I think David Moyes had him for a little while. Then he went back to, get injured, and then went back to Scotland. Then he stopped playing for about 2 or 3 years. You thought he'd never play again. Then he played, got back into the Scotland squad. Got injured again. He didn't look as if he was going to play again this season, but decided to play. And he played the other night there, and he hadn't played a game all season. And I think he's 43-year-old, but what a goalkeeper. He's one of these goalkeepers you put your hat on. You know, you got two centre halves. Bobby Robson say you put your centre half on. You know, Russell Butch. You know, Craig Gordon is fantastic. You know, he's a type of lad where you always expect him to save things. You know, whether it's his feet or his hand, he's always there for you. So he has done a fantastic job for Scotland.
Is it true that they've been given information not to have a big suitcase because they normally come back after 3 games? Is that right?
No, well, I don't mind. We're just going to enjoy it. We don't get too carried away. You know. I mean, England. The only time England's won anything, that's at Wembley. You know, apart from that, they haven't done it. So it may be Scotland's year this year.
George, to win it, you've got to get through the group stage. But you know, it was.
I think at this point we should all just step back a little bit. Just.
I'm stuck in the middle.
We're a wee bit unlucky against Germany the last game. You know, there was it 4, was it 5 when we played the Euros. So yeah, no matter what, to the squad and the players. They did Scotland proud, and that's all you can say. They've done everything for them. So we're going to have a good time in the summer, and hopefully we can, you know, make it a good performance. And you never know. You know, I was lucky to go to Spain with Scotland World Cups. Unfortunately, we never made the next round. So hopefully we might make the next round to really enjoy it.
When's the draw? 5th of
December.
December,
yeah. I know, but also as well, there was a mini earthquake in Scotland when they won, and everybody was jumping up and down. No, it was amazing.
Well, I think there were a lot of people in England jumping up and down.
Well, it's a hell of a game, wasn't it? What did you make of the game, Russ? You know, winning.
Well, they're great goals, weren't they?
Yeah.
3 of the best. Was it 3 of the best? Some of the best they've ever scored.
Yeah.
They're fantastic goals. The highlight of the games. A little bit disappointed that they didn't do it against 11 men, but you know they managed to get one of the opposition sent off.
Home advantage, you know.
Yeah, home advantage and
home ref as well.
Yeah, but did what they had to do. It's fantastic, you know. But it just shows you the little bit of extra time. You've got a bit of momentum there. You've just got to keep going, and you think you need one more goal. Can we do it? And it's never over till the final whistle blows.
McTominay as well. What a player he is. I mean, he left Man United, obviously, as we know, and then he's gone over to Italy, and like a lot of Scottish players have gone to Italy as well, and have done very well.
Yeah, I mean, I think people have looked at some Scotland players, and we've got a lot playing in England, and they've really, when they've went to different countries, they've done really well. McTominay is one of the best players in Europe. And with the amount of goals he scored at Man United, he was always a player that could come on and score goals, but they never get a regular game. So sometimes, when you're at big clubs and you don't get played regular, it can interfere with your progress. Yeah. But now he's moved abroad, he's been absolutely fantastic.
It's funny, there was an interview with him this week, and the fella said to him, doing the interview, all about how you enjoying everything and what's turn for you. He said, well, Steve Clarke had a long chat with me one day, and he said, you don't look happy, son. And that coming from Steve Clarke.
He never looks happy.
Miserable sod down the word. And he said, no, I'm happy. And Steve Clarke said, are you sure? Because, you look at us sometimes and you don't seem to be as happy as you should be. Everything's good for you, just make sure you enjoy everything. And McTominay thought about it, and he said, well, I sat down and had a long good think to myself, and I thought, maybe I'm not enjoying it as much as I should be, so he's lighting the load, and, it seems to have triggered something in him. He said at the first game after that, he got a couple of goals, and he said it's just snowballed from then on.
Yeah, I mean, Steve Clarke, unbelievable. I mean, Steve actually comes from Ayrshire, when I came down,
he's a neighbour. He's a neighbour of you, then.
You're not far away.
Oh yeah.
Not far away. He's a wee bit younger than me, and he came down, and what he achieved. I think he was at Newcastle under Sir Bobby Robson, so he learned a lot there, and he was at Chelsea. Mourinho had him there. Then he was a manager at a couple of clubs in Reading and another club in England. Then he went to Kilmarnock. Kilmarnock was a small little club, Ayrshire lad, and he did fantastic there. And that gave him the chance to go to Scotland. And his record is probably second to none of any Scottish managers, you know, and I was at Jock Stein, you know, when you had people like that, and for what he's done over the last, as I say, 4-6 years has been fantastic. And he came from nowhere, but he learned, and he was under a lot of managers, and he really showed to even the players now. They all love him, you know. And one of these, when you look at the squad, you think, well, why do they do so well? Because me and Terry there, we used to have some good players, but they weren't, you know, behind the team. They weren't together. Where we've got the team together, and that's gave us the opportunity to get to the, you know, the World Cup finals.
I hope you have a good World Cup, but not too good.
You know,
We've got George McHurst possibly going to a World Cup, haven't we?
Yeah, well, George. Well,
Yeah.
I'll credit to him. Hopefully, he does well, because you know, we haven't got too many strikers, and you never know, he may get the opportunity to do well.
And also with the Irish boys, they're in the playoffs as well, aren't they? Or could be in the playoffs. So,
Yeah.
you know, you might see more Ipswich Town players going to a World Cup, which is how it used to be many years ago.
Yes. Yeah, well, as you say, that's what you need, and I think for the whole of, you know, Britain, whatever, it's great that all these you know, countries can do well. So I think everybody's looking forward to it. I don't know where you're going to play in America.
No.
Mr. Trump might change a few teams as well, by the way. So you never know where you're going to end up. But
he'll probably pick himself for a team or something in the United States. He'll be there.
Well, he's already grabbed the World Cup at one point, hasn't he? That for himself.
yeah,
He's it's going to be an interesting World Cup, though, isn't it? It's going to be a fantastic World Cup, I think. What are your memories of your time in '82 then, George? Who were in the squad with you?
Brazil, Wark, you know, the two there. We had Dalglish, you know, we had Danny McGrain. Danny McGrain was, you know, I was sort of second pick, and Danny was the first pick. He was brilliant there. Alan Hansen, you know, we had some very good players there. Gordon Strachan. It was enjoyable, as I say. We missed out in Spain. You know, Brazil, not Ireland, Brazil we played against. They beat us in 4-1, and I think Walkie scored the first. There's a shock. Walkie scored the first goal there. So yeah, some good memories, but we never quite made it.
On the day that you lot came back from Spain, I picked Brazil up from the airport because it just coincided with me taking Rita out to the airport so that the wives could fly out and join the players, because obviously England was staying on a bit longer.
That's right. Yeah, we were later on there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I dropped Rita off, saw Rita off, and picked. Well, I think it was Brazil. This drunken Scottish lad came over and
That was Brazil.
he'd had a night in Port Banús, I think. Last night. And,
Yeah.
Was that with Rod? Was Rod in?
Rod Stewart was there, yeah.
And all that sort of thing.
Yeah. We had. I'm afraid we get knocked out, but didn't stop us having a few drinks afterwards.
No Scotland, no party. Or something like that, yeah.
Oh, dear. There was, of course, you know, so many internationals when you were all playing together, weren't you? Was there any sort of banter between the Scottish players and the English players?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. It was a bit, yeah.
just a bit.
Just a bit.
Yeah, even in Scotland, sometimes you had the home Scots against you know, the local Scots. So that could be a bit mischief, really. But yeah, we all worked together, and because I think I played at Wembley twice and lost twice, so I don't remember too much more about it. I don't really want to remember too much about it.
I got your shirt as well.
You got it?
I changed it, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah, well done.
It's up in the loft.
You never.
As with all the others are up in the loft. Yeah. But thanks for that, George. That's great. I've got one.
You must have some great souvenirs. What else have you got up in the loft then? Loads of shirts.
More shirts, yeah. Tampa Bay Rowdies shirt.
Have you?
Yeah, swap that, yeah. Don't know why. I wouldn't swap. I didn't like to swap because the England shirts meant more to me, so I never hardly swapped. I didn't want to. I mean, some of the players, when they swap shirts and they put the shirts of the opponent on, I'm like, sweaty, horrible foreigners. I'm not wearing their bloody shirt, I'll tell you that.
I can't remember you swapping shirts in Tampa Bay Rowdies. There's a lot of things went on that trip.
I can't either, but I did. I got one. We were given one, I don't know. Tampa Bay Rowdies.
You need somewhere to put it all on display, don't you, really?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, people would love to see it.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're not seeing them, so I'm not
Okay.
bothered. I don't like, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can always invite us one by one up your loft.
Well,
Yeah. One at a time, everybody.
Yeah.
One at a time. Mind the ladder.
yeah, you like to think that you go to the children and they can do what they want to do.
Right.
So I think that's their inheritance, part of their inheritance. No. Either that or wash the car with them, I don't know. I've got an Argentina shirt I've got to wash the car with. Don't you worry about that.
What are your memories of that World Cup then, Butch?
Bit hazy. We had a few beers. We learnt the word cerveza, which means beer in Spanish. So yeah, we had a few of those. No, it was great. It was. I mean, they're special. You don't actually realise what you're in a World Cup. You just cocooned away, and like in a big tournament for the clubs, and you come out of your castle sort of thing, your bunker, and then go and play a game, and then go back, and you just do that. So you don't know what's going on in the country. And we used to get our papers, the papers 3 days later, and things like this. I roomed with Peter With. Remember Peter With of Villa?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe they put me together with Peter With because we hated each other and kicked lumps out of each other.
The only man I ever kicked on purpose.
Yeah.
I gave him a good one too.
Yeah.
So.
But he was great because with the papers, he used to go down and get the papers early and bring them back up. And then all the lads are banging on the door for the papers. We read every paper sitting in our beds and reading the papers and all that. So then they went threw a paper out for the crowd outside and then fight over it. And then whenever we went to a hotel and we were leaving, he had all the complimentary toiletries from the hotel and all that sort of thing, the tissues and the hair nets and all that sort of thing. And he would scoop them up and put them in his bag. He says, I've got a mate who wants them. I've got a mate who wants them. In every hotel, I've got a mate who wants them. So he came back with more, what do you call it, excess luggage than anybody else because it was all toiletries and stuff and towels and that from the
Started
hotels.
up a nice little business.
He did,
on the
yeah,
side,
probably did.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Good days. Good days. Right. Well, it's nice that there's so much interest in the World Cup, isn't there? I mean, it's great that we've got at least 2 nations going to be there. So I think that's fantastic. Brilliant. Let's bring it back home to Ipswich Town. And we've got the Wrexham game to look at now, which was a bit of a bore draw. What did the Sky Sports pundit say? She'd enjoyed stomach upsets more than she enjoyed the first half.
Oh, did she?
I think that was her comment. And somebody else described it as like walking football. Well, let's have a look, courtesy of our friends at Town TV.
Strap yourselves in, everyone. The Championship is back, and for the next few months, it is going to be relentless. I think we could be in for a belter this afternoon, and Wrexham get us underway, kicking from right to left in this first half. It's a long ball forward from Furlong, just inside his own half, spotting the run of Tube. Akpom in behind, and Akpom can't quite reach it, but he raises his right arm in appreciation for that ball from Furlong. In the opening exchange is the former West Brom man, and he's linked up with Waller-Egley, and more space for Furlong, approaching the penalty area now. Furlong with the cut back, and there's no blue shirt in and around the penalty spot. Waller-Egley lines one up from 30 yards, but it's too close to Arthur Okonkwo. Stay alert and stay sharp. They don't want to give Wrexham any opportunities unnecessarily. Waller-Egley receives the ball from Philogene. Waller-Egley moving towards the corner penalty area, cutting onto his left foot, charged down by Thomason. Here's Taylor. Waller-Egley once more, just outside the box, floating this one in towards Alon, tries to hook it goalwards. And, a win against West Brom, and then a ball searching towards Windass, and Walton's done well to gather actually on the second attempt. Goal for Birmingham. Here is Kipre. Philogene making a run down the left channel. Can he reach the ball before it goes out? Yes, he can. Stands it up, and it's over Okonkwo. Leif Davis on this near side, raises the right arm, delivers deep towards the back post. O'Shea is there to try and head it back across goal, and Okonkwo has to use his right hand to tip it over the crossbar once more, so it's going to be a corner kick from the other side. Yazon being grappled with by Dan Scarr, and it comes from Philogene. Again, another high floaty one towards O'Shea, and O'Shea again was trying to head it into a dangerous area. And it drops for O'Shea, who struck it well on the volley, but just strikes it wide. It was dropping for him nicely on the edge of the penalty area, which means that Akpom can pick up the ball for Ipswich. Furlong now, right side. Furlong looking to deliver, I think, towards the back post, but it's a high floaty one. Here he is, winning the ball in midfield. Wonderful skill to just dink the ball over Sam Smith and retain possession for Ipswich. Davis. Here is Philogene, high up the pitch, left side. Philogene thinking about the cross, darting onto his left foot now, getting to the byline, standing it up, and it's over Akpom, and Wrexham just about deal with it as Okonkwo gathers. Sam Smith will beat Matasiwa to this one. Matasiwa trying to charge back, has to be careful. Matasiwa at his heels, look at Philogene race back as well, and then Darragh O'Shea completing the challenge. Sam Smith slams the ground in frustration. He feels that he was fouled by Jayden Philogene, but what a work rate from the Ipswich left-sided midfielder. What a ball. And now he's picked out by O'Shea, is he? Philogene racing onto it, approaching the penalty area. Philogene into the box now, on his left, cuts back. O'Shea supporting Davis. And then Davis's effort. Gelhard has just put Hull into the lead away at QPR as the ball breaks for Akpom here. Akpom's got Waller-Egley trying to support right side. Here is Waller-Egley now, edge of the Wrexham penalty area. On his left, delivering in towards Philogene, headed away by Cleworth. Kipray beating Sam Smith to it, and now here's Leif Davis. Davis whips the ball in left-footed. It's a good punch from Okonkwo under pressure, and then McLean taking his time on the ball. There's space for Sheaf. Cleworth high up the pitch right side. Cleworth delivering in, and Walton has to react. That might have been sneaking in, you know. An 8-goal thriller. No goals here though. 36 minutes played, and then there's a strong challenge from Thomason on Akpom just inside the Wrexham half, and it's first yellow card of the game. They're trying to encourage their players as Town look for a breakthrough as we're into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Akpom into the box now, goes down, and appeals waved away by referee Dean Whitestone. Philogene just holding on to the ball, Taylor making a run. Philogene gets it back, 25 yards out, couple of step overs from Jayden Philogene, left-footed effort, and it really skipped off the surface there. Okonkwo was behind it, but he could only parry it. It's almost hit it. Here is Leif Davis, 40 yards from goal, delivering in towards Kipray. It's Akpom, and then appeals for a handball that are waved away. O'Shea appears convinced as he turns to the assistant referee on this near side.
Just hoping to see a replay. We're not going to get one. As on as Matasiwa, he's just got smashed again. It has to be a yellow card for Scar, is it?
Davis, Philogene providing that width now, looking to deliver towards the back post. Adon was racing into it. Okonkwo catches cleanly. Numerous blue shirts ahead of him. Plays that slightly behind Jayden Philogene. Philogene onto it. Philogene hitting it. He strikes Akpom, and the ball gets away from Akpom, and Adon can't turn it home. Taylor 25 yards out. He can hit them, and he's trying to find Adon instead. Egley, lovely touch over his man. Egley just sent it over the crossbar. Great strike from Sindra Waller-Egley. Longman moving across the halfway line, back to Sheaf, and Sheaf has miscued that one. It's straight at Chuba Akpom. Now can Ipswich break forward here at pace. Akpom just held up by Sheaf. Waller-Egley, right of centre, finding Davis. Davis coming onto it inside the penalty area, trying to deliver back across goal to Akpom, but it's just too far. Sheaf, challenged by Taylor. Taylor's done well. Now can Akpom break away? He's got Adon with him. Akpom moving forward, running at Dan Scar. Akpom on his right, and it's blocked away by Dominic Hyam. Faced up by his man, trying to work it back towards Matasiwa. Kipray coming onto it. Matasiwa. Diller's on it, and he's going to be shown a yellow card here for hauling down Josh Windass. O'Shea wrapping the ball out to Sindra Waller-Egley. Furlong looking to overlap, trying to create some space for the Norwegian. Pull back for Taylor, and Okonkwo again making the save, too close to him. Clark crosses in, and it's towards Akpom, who had a free header. Now Furlong has a bit of space here. Carries the ball for a couple of yards before offloading to Waller-Egley. Waller-Egley on his left, trying to deliver in towards Taylor. It's over Taylor, and it's only just headed wide by a Wrexham red shirt, out for a corner kick. Play that forward for Kayusta. Longman in the way, that's casual though, and that's given to Waller-Egley. Waller-Egley towards the penalty area. Waller-Egley denied by Okonkwo. In it comes now, and it's headed away by O'Shea. Only as far as O'Brien. who might be dispossessed here by Jack Clark now. Can Clark break away? Clark held up, and it's nice footwork from him, and then he's running into Lewis O'Brien. It's going to be a yellow card.
Is an understatement. He's been brilliant.
Cayusta with his turn. Dobson snapping at his heels. Cayusta meandering past James and Dobson again, fouling Cayusta. And Ipswich have a free kick, 35 yards. Well, let's see. Nunez and Davis standing over it. It is going to be Davis delivering towards the back post. Kipray coming onto it, and it drops from McAteer, and it's wide. What a huge chance inside the 6-yard box. Looked like Casey McAteer was caught on the edge of the box, but now Clark into the penalty area, trying to cross in, and it's towards Hurst. Davis, Hurst, edge of the penalty area. George Hurst stands on the ball, tries to feed it back to Davis. Clark, edge of the box, it's blocked. He struck it well, Jack Clark. And it comes from the Wrexham skipper, dangerous one in. Matasiwa heads clear, and the final whistle blows. And what a frustrating afternoon at Portman Road it has been for Ipswich Town.
Well, there we are, the highlights courtesy of our friends at Town TV. The commentator started off by saying it's going to be a belter this afternoon and finished off by saying what we all felt. It was rather frustrating, I think, as a description. Russell, what did you make of that?
Oh, thank you, Mark. I thought Conquo was kept busy during the afternoon. We created a lot of chances. Finishing's just got to be a little bit better, hasn't it? One of those days, I think, where everything he hit just seemed to find the goalkeeper. We put enough balls in the box. I think we're just lacking somebody there getting on the end of stuff. You know, there's plenty of opportunities in and around the 18-yard box in a game like that we should have really walked away with 3 points.
Terry?
Yeah, there's a big difference between this season and 2 years ago. We were scoring freely. We were quite ruthless, putting the balls in the back of the net, and it was spread around the whole team with the goals. Obviously, to score that many in the season, it had to be. And it just we scored goals out of the blue. We scored scrappy goals. We scored last-minute goals. There's goals galore. Whereas how many chances do we need that we're going to score? You know, you sort of feel frustrated for people like Azon, Egerle, McAteer, Akpom, who's got his first goal. So hopefully he'll go forward from here. But they're trying, no matter how hard they try, it's just not happening for them. And you sort of think, well, we're making at least good half chances as well as good chances. For us to get out of this league, you know, you've got to be ruthless. You have to put that ball in the back of the net. We get the first goal, we generally win the game. So just getting that first goal, and it's okay. Look, this season we haven't played as well as we did 2 years ago, and I don't think we probably ever will. But if it's going to be a grinding season, if that's what it takes to get out of the league and get into the top two, then we'd take that in a heartbeat. But it's so frustrating, and you know that as on the pitch as a player, you get all these chances, particularly defenders. You think of that mob up there who get paid more than us. You know, they're missing the chances all the time. But you know, we've got to defend it. But I'm sure it will come, but it's got to come quick, because we play Oxford on is it Saturday? Friday night. Then we've got Blackburn away. Then you got Coventry first, Stoke second, and then you got Leicester away as well. So they're three big games before the Christmas period. So, you know, you're looking at, you know, if we can, you know, I think we'll beat Oxford, we'll beat Blackburn, but if we can get points against them and get into that top level, your confidence goes right up. Then that's when we start banging the goals in, hopefully. So you've got to be positive, because you know we're winning, we're not playing particularly well. So
yeah, there's a lot more to come, I think,
a
which
lot
is quite
more
exciting.
to come. I think
George, you know
more.
what it's like to get out of this league. What did you make of that game against Wrexham?
Yeah, it's as Terry says, it's one of those games where you have most of all the play, a load of chances, and not quite putting the ball in the net. And the balance is not quite there, but it's coming. It's coming, because you can see that. We've got the best squad in the league. We've got a better squad than Coventry. Yeah, I've got no doubt about that. But it's just getting the balance right, and sometimes it just takes a bit longer. And some games we've had, I look at sort of Queen's Park Rangers and that, and you think, shush, what a performance and all that. And it's just getting the players, because you've got players there, just putting them in the right holes, and we just think we need to have something that's just going to open the door. you know. And I look at things, and I look at, you know, like yesterday as well, like Nunes, you know, he didn't play very well, but he's got something about him that he can open the doors. He can get a nice pass through to a striker or wide. So I think the more we can play, maybe play them a bit more often. You know, sometimes we've got such a good squad and we've got so many good players. You think, well, we've changed it a little bit, and we're not quite got it right. And the more we can get a settled squad, I feel, especially in the attacking side, because that's where it's going to win. I've got no doubt about the goalkeeper, the back four, the wide players, the midfield players. All that is top notch, great. But we don't have that little final touch, and you need somebody that's just going to open the door for you. You know, and I'm looking.
So would you be banging on the chairman's door for January for a striker?
Well, I mean, they've got to look at it. I mean, where do you find strikers?
In January. Yeah.
You know, it's difficult, you know. So you it's one stage at a time. I think if you can, and you think he's the right man.
I seem to remember there was a guy called Marcus Stewart that came in a certain January transfer window and transformed your team, didn't he?
Yeah, that can happen. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's not automatic, but you're not. We're talking about January, but we're talking about now. I'm not looking at January. I'm looking at the next few games. I'm looking at the games now. Where is somebody going to open the door for you? Because we've virtually got the whole thing right. It's not a great, you know, league as far as top quality. Okay, you know, you've got Coventry are doing really well. I feel just a little tweak, a little player who's going to open the door for you, and we'll be flying. So I've got no doubt it will happen. And if we can maybe bring something in January, yeah, great.
Okay.
Do you think that the players that are coming in, because he makes 5 changes and he's made 6 changes, changing the whole front line, some of the midfield, do you think, especially the ones like Egley and Azon and McAteer and Akpom as well, like I said before, they're coming in and they're trying too hard, they're trying to make an impression, they're trying to say or stake a claim that I want to be in the squad or this team all the time. Do you think that they're doing that, or is it just bad luck, or is it just nerves, or I don't know?
I think it's just the balance. I think we've got players, we've got good quality players, but the balance of that number 10, you know, say now, has not been quite right. You know, and who's going to fill that number 10? For me, at the moment, it's Nunes, because he didn't play very well. I didn't feel on Tuesday, but he had something about him, and he ends up getting a goal. You know, and then, you know, I think about, you know, Eric Gates playing that position. I think about David McGoldrick playing that position. You know, it's a difficult position, and you've got to be really clever to do it. And I think we've got that in Nunes. It's a quick question is how often are you going to play him? You know, because there's a lot of games coming up. But for me, I think we need somebody that's going to open the door, because we've got everything else. But we need somebody just to open the door, like we've seen on Saturday. Didn't get a goal. We didn't get the final touch. And if somebody's there with that quality, he wins you the game.
Okay, so think about who you would like as player of the match against Wrexham. Think about that, because we'll come back to that in a moment or two. But we did have a win this week away against an in-form... thank you, yes. And we're up to 4th. Hurrah! And we could go 2nd. Even better. Let's take a look at the match against Hull, courtesy of Town TV.
Ipswich Town, backed by over 2,000 members of the Blue Army, face Hull City at the MKM Stadium, looking to cast aside the frustration that followed Saturday's goalless draw against Wrexham. Tonight, referee here at the MKM Stadium is Lewis Smith. He gets us underway. Ipswich kicking from right to left in this first half. A long ball sent forward towards George Hurst, and Davis trying to get forward down that left side. And it's going to try to work that through to Jack Clark, try to force it, but Cayusta wins it back for Ipswich Town. And pump the ball clear. And then Gelhard is going to go for goal from range, and he almost caught Christian Walton out. Joe Gelhard. Ipswich starting to keep hold of the ball here. Nunez, Matasiwa, McAteer. This is good football. Triangle starting to emerge from Ipswich Town. But then Clark just caught on his heels, and the J intercepts Cayusta's pass, and Cayusta, the J, Ipswich back in numbers here. Hull looking to cause problems. Coyle will deliver in. Greaves heading away, only as far as Adala. I think it might have struck the base of the post. And then we'll proceed to give it away. And now can Kayusta find Clark? No, he can't. Ajay is there to cover. Plays it back to Panda. And Panda, no nonsense, just clears away downfield.
Yeah, this is a bad one. Gelhardt just puts an arm straight, or forgive me, I think it's Joseph.
I think it was Gelhardt. I think the director's done you dirty there, Wesley.
He's put his arm straight across Greaves' face. Not his best effort, but good play from Clark. I think he travels quicker with the ball than without it. Once he gets running, he looks brilliant.
Nunez pokes this past Hadzimatovic. Nunez, is he barged over there by Ryan Giles? Yes, he is. Ipswich free kick.
For that first goal, hopefully it'll be tonight.
Philogene. Past Balumi, held up by Coyle. Davis. Philogene delivering in. Nunez is coming onto it, and Marcelino Nunez is scoring. Philogene sent it in from the left side, and Nunez snuck in unmarked in between the two Hull centre-backs to head home, and it's Hull City 0, Ipswich Town 1.
Probably the smallest player on the pitch scoring a header. It's fantastic, it's good play on the left-hand side. Philogene whipping a ball in, and it looks loopy, and it sort of drops into the middle of the two centre-halves. So Jahi and Hughes will be confused why neither of them has attacked it. Drops right in between them, and Nunez arriving right on point, just a header into the bottom corner. Fantastic header, but I think it's Hughes who gets underneath it. He'll be really disappointed that he hasn't got his head to it.
Here's Giles delivering in left-footed. O'Shea has to head away inside his 6-yard box. Akpom, nice little prod into the path of Nunez. This is promising for Ipswich Town. It's 4 against 2. Can Ipswich capitalise? Nunez, he's up with Philogene, Akpom and Waller Egley. Nunez goes for goal himself, and it's blocked by Ajayi. Davis recycles. Nunez once more, just outside the penalty area. Waller Egley now. Philogene, Davis wants it, Davis has it. Can Davis deliver? Finding the cut back for Akpom. It's blocked only as far as Furlong, and then saved by Pandur. Big chances for Ipswich Town to double their lead, but all they get is a corner. Nunez across this near side takes the corner kick, and it comes towards O'Shea. It's parried, it's turned home by Akpom, and the flag is going to stay down, and Chuba Akpom has got his first Ipswich goal. A striker's finish at the back post. There will be controversy, but the flag did not go up, and Ipswich find themselves 2 goals to the good, do they? Or do they? Well, he looks onside. Well, it looks tight. Akpom at the back post, Nunez sent in a corner. And the goal stands. Chuba Akpom does get his first Ipswich goal, and he puts the Blues into a commanding position. David Akintola is on for Kyle Joseph. As Ipswich come forward again, Waller Egley now into Philogene. Philogene just outside the penalty area. Philogene onto his left foot and off the post. Jaden Philogene, but it's blocked away. And Hull now looking to break away down the left side. Here's Giles. Infield to Gelhardt. Greaves slides in, and he's going to be shown a yellow card.
They punished them.
Ipswich have secured all 3 points on their journey to Hull and back.
Oh, thanks to Town TV for those highlights. Come on! Yay! No mean feat to beat Hull at home, Russ.
No, it was an interesting performance. It wasn't very exciting for the majority of the game, and I was a little bit surprised by Kieran McKenna's statement afterwards, praising McAteer and Jack Clark for the great defensive job that they did. One in McAteer keeping Was it Giles Quiet there, left back, who's created a few opportunities for them. So obviously that's the onus that he wants from McAteer to be a bit more like a right back on the right wing. So it was just a funny statement. I thought he'd be a little bit more upbeat about everything. He says it wasn't perfect. He didn't like the pitch. He said the pitch wasn't great. Both sides seemed to struggle a little bit on it. They didn't seem to be able to pass the ball very well either side to start with.
Well, a lot of balls given away, weren't there, on both sides?
Yeah, but the pitches now are like 10 times better than the pitches the way I had at the start of the season. You know, and it's coming into December now, and they're still magnificent. You know, I think they get a little bit spoiled there. But you know, we got the win.
Yeah, we did.
You know, and
Yeah,
it
we
was
did.
great. You know, the 3 away games back to back to pick up 3 points on the first away game is brilliant for us.
Yeah.
So just build on that.
And George, you were talking about Núñez a few moments ago on the programme. The delight on his face when he scored that goal. He's loving it, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, attackers want to score goals, and he did that. So, as I say, it was a performance where it was fairly close all the way around, but as soon as we scored the goal, it could have been 3 or 4. And again, we've got players to come off the bench. Makes a big difference as well, you know. So it was great. 3 points, a couple of goals, takes us again there. But it's just getting it right. The balance is still not quite right. So you've just got to keep working at it and working at it. And if you're winning games and not playing your best, you're
can't argue with that,
happy.
can you?
You're happy with that.
What did you make of the defending on that Núñez goal, Butch? A couple of central defenders here. Look, what did you both make of that?
Crap. Crap. If you're going to defend like that, you get what you deserve, to be honest. I mean, like he lost his marker, Núñez, and then none of the 2 centre halves picked him up. And even the left back came across to mark him, so he had the freedom. But it was a good header. I mean, there's a lot. The ball you say is a great ball in. It was more speculative, but at the end, it was right in the zone where you score goals. And if you put balls like that in there, 9 times out of 10, you know, an Ipswich player's going to get his head onto it, whether he scores or not. It's a
Would
different
you have had
matter.
a look at the goalkeeper as well?
Panda, was it Panda? Was it like he played in goal like a bloody panda, didn't he? Bloody hell.
But he's headed in from what, 4 yards?
4 yards,
It's
yeah.
inside the 6-yard
Yeah,
box.
but I mean, it's
quite
coming
deep.
in, but keepers can read those crosses
should
quite
do.
easy, and it's quite high as well. So, but I didn't like the way the centre half from Hull jumped and tried to hit the ball like that and completely missed it. I think if we'd have done that, we'd have been sitting with Bobby Robson in the dugout straight away. So yeah, it wasn't great, but good for us. I mean, it wasn't. I think from Kieran saying sometimes as a manager, you get games like this where you haven't played well, it hasn't clicked, but you win and you score 2 goals and you keep a clean sheet against a team that's in form at home.
Can't ask for more, can we really?
So you just say, well, you know, sometimes you try and pad it out and say this and say that, but I think at the end of the day he'll be relieved, but also pleased that, you know, the clean sheet in the goal.
Well, a few changes though again, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a few
7
changes. I
and
can't
6
understand. I
and-
can't understand that 6 changes, 5 changes, 6 changes. Is it a fitness thing for the players? Keep them fit and sharp over the Christmas period, possibly. Is it because players have played badly? No, I don't think it's that.
It'd be nice to know the criteria.
Well, it would be, but he's never really going to say that. I don't think. But
Yeah, but you've got to say throughout, you know, 2 years ago and this year when we made substitutes, it's a lot better. They're fresh, they're good quality players. We've got 24 really top class players, so that he's able to bring in 5 players maybe after 60 minutes, 65, and lift everything. So it's an advantage. But I keep saying we haven't quite got it right, but we're getting there. And it's a case of just saying, right, away from home, okay, we didn't play well. Once we scored the goal, it was easy. And sometimes you've got to do that away from home.
I just thought Jack Taylor's there, working his socks off in midfield, get a good result. You don't get beat, you get a clean sheet at Wrexham. So that was good. He's played the game before that, kept Kayuste out the side, and then Hull Kayuste comes back in, picks up an injury, so we'll have to see how he is again now. But we mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? You know, how well has Jack Clark got to play to keep his place in the team?
But I just think Philogene a real talent. I mean, he put a cross in, he's got assists. He
Could have
hits the
scored,
post.
couldn't he hit the post?
He hits the post. You know, was he joint top goal scorer? But he's one that really excites you, and I think the team that looks at Ipswich side that's selected for the game without Philogene, then it would lift them a little bit because he's one that can really he's a game changer and a winner.
Okie dokie. Right, time now for you to choose. It's time for this week's Player of the Week, sponsored by GBS Builders. Wrexham first, Russell.
Philogene.
Philogene? Terry?
Wrexham first. I'm going to go for Dara O'Shea. And for one thing, when he hit that 60, 70-yard pass, I haven't seen that for years at Portman Road in football in general. And I was purring at that. I thought that was spectacular. So he's done something which he probably hasn't done before, I don't know, but not many players have done that in the last few years. So I'm pleased, so that he gets my vote.
Okay. George?
O'Shea. I thought throughout the game, his passing, his distribution of the ball, as Terry said, the diagonal passing, he's taking off people. I thought he was outstanding.
Okay.
He wins it. He also wins it from me because of his moustache. Have you seen his moustache?
He was trying to grow one, isn't
Well,
he?
I think it's
November.
It's like a pencil
That's
mark
not a
across
moustache,
there.
is
It's like the old-fashioned people that used to be in the mafia. You know, one of those ones.
Dara O'Shea for Wrexham then. Yep. What about who was outstanding, Terry, against Hull?
Well, I'm going to go for Nunes. As George says, he didn't have a fantastic game, but it wasn't a fantastic game to really select a player. But I just think he got in the right positions. He was always causing them problems by movement. He created his own space, and I just think, like George says, he is the best number 10 that we've got, and I think that he'll only get better in there. The fact that he's enjoying his football is because he played for that crap mob up the road, so he's come home.
Russ?
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, simple as that.
Yeah, George?
Nunes.
Nunes, everybody. Brilliant. ITFC women lost again, this time against London City 2-0, so proving to be a tough season for them. Don't forget, if you want to come along to our Christmas special, our special guest Tony Mowbray, Mogger, will be joining us. George is going to join us on the night as well. December the 16th at Venue 16. You can get your tickets from www.cancersportsuffolk.co.uk. Look on the homepage, you'll find it says events. Click on there, and then you can buy your tickets there. There's a big Christmas dinner, auction, raffle, all that kind of stuff as well. So really looking forward to that. Now, you weren't here last week, Butch, were you? No. And Tony Humes was here last week.
Yeah, predicted 1-1 for the Wrexham game, didn't he?
He did.
He got the draw right.
He got the draw right, yeah.
It was good. Very good.
And when we did Ask the Legends last week, it was kind of like Russell versus the world.
All right. Okay. I don't know the results.
Do you
so,
not? Okay,
no.
well, it is time for Ask the Legends. So it is Russell 13, Terry Butcher 13 and a half.
So I lost then. So
No.
Tony lost.
No, it was he had a helping hand, but he was
I
only
went
got
away.
a point. Russell went away
you
first.
You answered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
So
done.
there was, and John
Thank you.
Catton over the back. Shush.
Yeah. Shut up.
Shush. Otherwise, Russell will levy in the car park. Tony's here with this week's question.
Good evening, all. So, who's first to go?
TB.
Terry.
Okay, so Terry, home or away?
Away, please.
Away. So, this week's questions are both with multiple choice. So, the away question is: how many majors did Jack Nicklaus win? Was it 16, 18, or 19?
Even John is shrugging in the crowd. Yeah.
That's a nice easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't got a clue really, but so it's just lucky dip.
Yeah.
I would go 18.
Correct.
Oh!
18 holes to golf.
Eh?
18 holes to golf.
Yeah.
Storming ahead.
Wow.
Russell, home for you then.
Yeah. Okay then.
Okay, so this one is about Ipswich Town legend George Burley.
Gives a
How
clue.
many appearances did George make for Scotland? Was it, I've had this verified as the answer from Mr. Prentice here, so it's definitely right. Was it 11, 13 or 15?
Oh.
Don't ask me.
If I point to a number. 11.
Correct.
We
Well
know
done.
our stuff, don't we?
Russell
I was going to
14.
do the goals, but how many goals did you score, George?
Goals for Scotland?
Yeah.
None.
Correct.
Russell 14. Russell 14, Terry 15 and a half.
Oh,
Very good, well done. Mentioned Neil Prentice is here. Now, Neil has done the George Burley book. And do you want to come to the microphone, Neil? There are only a handful of the George books left.
Yeah, we've nearly sold them all. So if you're still wanting one for Christmas or a Christmas present, order them quickly. But I think we've got about 15 left.
Okay.
So that shows how popular they've been.
Okay, and I've got the Johnny Walk one here, which we were talking about as a bumper edition before we went on air. Lovely, lovely book. You've got a few of these left as well?
Yeah, got plenty of
Good
those.
stocks of those,
not,
yep.
not too many of the collector's edition that represent John's appearances and goals for the club. So order quickly if you're looking for one of them. But yeah, they're going fast. Please get them on your Christmas lists and get them purchased and enjoy them.
Brilliant. Where do we go to get them?
www.itfcicons.com. You can get them from there. They're in plenty of retailers locally as well. Waterstones, the club shop. We were over at Knock Cuts at the weekend doing a signing session where John met loads of fans and had a great time. So
Brilliant.
yeah, please
Well,
go.
they
and
are
get it.
fantastic books. They really are. Neil,
Thanks, Mark.
was
well
it
done.
Neil? Was that the first time John had been in the garden centre at all?
He'd been in the restaurant, Terry, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay, yeah. Very good scones.
It is very
He had
nice.
a lovely morning. Yeah.
Very good.
Excellent. Okie dokie. So get those for Christmas. It's time now for our Life's a Pitch and Putt, sponsored by Seckford Golf Club. Yeah, come on, George. This is your big moment. This is your big moment. So there are quite a lot of your players who have had a go at this, George. In top spot at the moment, Wayne Brown with 120, Sarah Jane with 100, Adam Tanner, Mark Venus, David Sheepshanks, John Walk and Russell Osman 75, Tommy Smith 50, Milts 20, and the rest of us big fat zeros. Big fat zeros. So you've got 6 balls. Tony will place them for you, and there is the target there. You've got lots of holes for you to aim for. The holes at the far end to me are bigger, but you score less, okay? So
Go for the 100, George. Go for the 100.
Scottish golf balls for you. Give him some encouragement, everybody.
Yeah, just go for 100.
Yeah, come on, George.
Close your eyes, George.
In. No, keep going.
No, you-
Keep going. Was that 30, was it? I think so, yeah. 30? Yep, 30 points.
You can't
Come
declare,
on, George.
You can't declare.
Close.
Oh, and I missed.
30 so far. Third shot.
There we go. Get in the hole.
Get in the hole.
Oh,
nearly.
Oh,
How did Walker get 75?
I don't know. Need. 75, 105,
105.
105.
2 to go.
Yes. Wayne Brown's. Which one?
Yeah.
John.
Which one were you going for there, George?
Oh, hit both posts.
One more, George.
Both
One more.
posts.
This one to go into the lead.
This one into the lead. Here it goes. Rolling.
Oh, give a round of applause.
105.
Sponsored by Seckford Golf Club. Well done. George in second place, my friend. Second place. Well done. Very creditable score. Well done. It's time now for this week's On This Day in History.
Right, on this day in history, back in 1938 for starters, Manchester-born Fred Chadwick grabbed a quartet of goals as Town steamrolled Somerset-based Street 7-0 in the FA Cup first round. Chadwick's goals were added to by Bryn Davis, who got 2, and none other than Charlie Fletcher.
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie, yeah.
Haven't got a clue.
No idea. Wednesday, the 26th of November, 1980. A scintillating attacking show saw the Blues overwhelm Vitzu Lotz 5-0 at Portman Road, and all but confirmed Town's spot in the quarterfinals of the UEFA Cup. An absorbing encounter was crowned by a brilliant hat-trick by midfield king John Walk.
He features every week, doesn't he?
boring, which was his second of the competition. It took his European tally in the season to 8 goals, all at home. Alan Brazil's ferocious finish and Paul Mauner's header completed the scoreline as Ipswich bullied their visitors to the final whistle. Bullied, right. Also, Tuesday, the 26th of November, 1985, top flight Ipswich Town hammered Division 4 Swindon Town 6-1 in the League Cup 4th round, their biggest win in the competition. And that's all that happened on the 26th of November.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to another instalment of John Walk's history next week.
He scored.
Time for the Man v Fat results. Another great night at Lindbergh Road with the guys losing another 22 kilograms, meaning our 60 current players have lost around 6 stone between them in the last 2 weeks. I think that deserves a round of applause because they do watch. They do watch. Individually, Callum Woods hits his 5% loss and Jose Simoes hit an incredible 30% weight loss. This week's results: RB Liposuction 5, the Leighton Oreos 10. Man Titty 7, Not in Your Mum's Forest 2. Hang on a moment. I'm not sure here because, hang on. I'm not sure what Mark sent here because it actually has sent me through Man Titty 76, Not in Your Mum's Forest 2. So they've done well anyway. I think Man Titty have done well.
He's taking the mickey now. Come
Quite
on.
Possibly, yeah. I should proof it before I read it out, really.
Yes.
Ips Chips Town 9.
Yes!
Zempiarkos 9. Those are the results of Man v Fat this week.
9-9.
Let's follow up the win at Hull with the same against Oxford. George, what are your thoughts on that? Pick up your microphone again on the... That's okay.
I think Oxford are struggling. I think they'll do well to stay in the league. More of the same. I think we'll beat them. Basically, we've certainly got a better team, better squad. We're doing well away from home. Definitely, I think it's going to be a win for us.
Yep, same for me. I think it's one of those games really that we've just got to put to bed early on and walk away with 3 points. But we've got to be solid. It'd be nice to go another game with a clean sheet. 3 back-to-back clean sheets would be very nice. Back to back to back.
Yeah. I mean, they got a draw at Norwich, but that's not really progress. It's not really progress. But I think Town will win quite comfortably, 2-0, as long as there's no fog. You remember the foggy game? Yeah, the foggy game.
Yes.
Yeah, we lost that foggy game, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, I think we did. We couldn't see that referee blow the whistle. Now 2-0.
Okie dokie. And it is great to see us sort of 4th in the league. We're in the playoff places now. Chance for us to really kick on. The run up to Christmas is as important as Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the amount of games we've got.
I just don't think we've clicked yet, though, have we?
No, we haven't. No.
Nowhere near. There's so much more potential there.
But I think it's like in a horse race where you've had a bad start, whatever, and you're coming now. You're up with the pack. You're right up there with the leaders. You can see, obviously, you can possibly just about see Coventry. They're within your sights a little bit more than they were a few weeks ago. So you're making progress. It's not important to hit the front. It's not important at the moment. It's obviously after Christmas and New Year. That's the real spurt on to really go unbeaten for a long period. Start to click.
You're waiting for Coventry stumble as well, aren't
and
you?
waiting for them to stumble because they will stumble.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the league is going to be very tight. I don't think Coventry's going to run away with it. But when I look at our squad, it's strong all over, which is encouraging. It's just a case of, you know, sticking together, you know, and there's a good buzz about the place, you know, and you know at home as well we'll get better. The crowds are all, you know, want some good wins together. So I think it's very encouraging, you know, and I feel getting that little balance right. We're going to be right up there by the... No, we're not far away now because we've got a game in hand and fourth in the league. So we're really close. But it's a case, as Terry says, just keep going, keep battling away, and we'll certainly be there.
Good stuff. George, been lovely to have you on the show again. George Burley, everybody. And good luck to the Tartan Army and the rest of the Scots.
Up the Tartan Army.
Terry shaking his head for those who are listening.
Good luck to them, but you know, don't send any postcards, lads, because you'll be back before them. That's the one.
I'll tell you what, if they get out of the group stage, will you wear one of those ginger tartan wigs?
What?
No, I don't think he will, do you?
No.
Anyway, it's probably time to move on before I meet him in the car park. Russell, thank you. Terry, thank you. Capacity Crowd, thank you very much. We'll be back next week. 2 words as always, Blue Army! 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 This has been a Life's a Pitch TV production. Main sponsor, DPS Tech. Also supported by Lakens, all about hearing. Seckford Golf Club, Ashford Wright, John Keeble Cars, GBS Builders, Venue 16, The Hudson Group, Come Hither Design, Sound 4 Pro Audio, and Suffolk Sound. Our charities this year, Cancer Support Suffolk, Forget Me Not Golf, and Combat to Coffee.